All right, so what we have here is an equation, a linear equation that includes fractions. It says 5 6x plus 1 quarter equals 4. Now here's the note that states that we should multiply both sides of the equation by the LCD. Now the LCD is the lowest common denominator. Really, the lowest common denominator is the least common denominator, or should I say least common multiple of all the denominators. And so if we look at these denominators being 6 and 4, then we will want to find the LCD, or the lowest common multiple of both 6 and 4. Now the LCD is 12. Right? If you look at 6, multiples of 6 will be 6, 12, 18, etc. Multiples of 4 will be 4, 8, 12. Notice that 12 is the first one that's called between both. That's common to both. So once we identify the LCD, which is 12, we will multiply this side of the equation by 12 and this side as well by 12. So notice that that has been done here. Now, once we have 12 multiplied by the left-hand side, we will use a distributive property to expand the bracket, to remove the brackets. Now, once we multiply both sides by 12, we'll end up with this scenario where we have 12 times 5 6x and plus 12 times 1 quarter equals 12 times 4, same as 4 times 12. All right, so we distribute to each term, and now we're going to simplify. Now, to simplify, notice that you're multiplying 12 by 5 6x. Now, multiplying a whole number by a fraction, what we could do, we could take the denominator and simplify it with the numerator. Now, the whole number is a numerator in itself, in that it's 12 over 1 times 5 over 6 in this case. So 6 goes into 12 two times. And then we take that 2 multiplied by 5, give us 10 times x, which would be 10x. Okay, so that's how we end up with this 10x here. Again, 6 goes into 12 twice. So 6 is cancelled. 6 and 6 goes once. 6 and 12 goes 2 times. 2 5s 10. So that's, and 10 times x is 10x. Do the same thing for this one, and we end up with 3. And 12 4 is 48. Okay, so let's go further with this one. 4 into 12 goes 3 times. And 3 times the 1, the numerator, is 3. All right, remember you have to say 4 into self give you 1. So that's cancelled out, in other words. Now we have 10x plus 3 equals 48. What is the value of x such that when we multiply it by 10 and add 3, we get 48? Well, there's a nice way to do this. First, we remove the plus 3 by using the inverse of adding 3, which is to subtract 3. So we subtract 3 on this side, leaving us with 10x. Okay, so we subtract 3 on this side, leaving us with 10x. And we subtract 3 on this. Whatever we do to one side, we do to the next. And so that will leave us with 10x equals 45. Now the next step is to divide by 10. Notice that you're multiplying by 10. The 10 times x give you 10x. So to remove 10, we use the inverse of multiplying by 10, which is divide by 10. What we do to one side, we must do to the next, just as we did with subtraction. So 10 goes into 10 once, and that will leave us with that 1 times x, give us 1x, or x. And 45 divided by 10, we can simplify this. 5 is a common factor of 45 and 10. 5 into 45 goes 9 times, 5 and 10 goes 2 times. And so our answer is x equals 9 divided by 2, or 9 halves. And of course, we can simplify this further by saying x equals 4.5 or 4.5. Or we can leave our answer as an improper fraction rather. Now we can check our solution, of course. Now this is the answer, but we can check our solution. How could we do that? Well, we simply go back to the original. We plug the value of x where x is in the equation, wherever it is. So let's do that. So we have 5 6 of x, and instead of x, we put the value of x, which is 5 halves. And so when we multiply this out, we're going to get, let's say we can simplify that. 6, well, we look at 6 and 9. 3 can enter 6 twice. and 3 can enter 9 3 times. So 3 times 5 is 15. Now remember we said 3 into 6 goes twice, right? 3 goes into 6 2 times or twice. That 2 multiplied by 2 will give us this 4 here. So we get 15 quarters, or 15 divided by 4. Now 15 quarters plus 1 quarter will give us 16 quarters. And of course, 16 quarters means 16 divided by 4, which is going to be 4. Okay, so that's what we have here. Okay, and we can clearly see that 16 divided by 4 is 4 and both sides balance. And that's once that's the case, we know our solution is correct.